Hey! Ooh, so bright all the time. I need like something like here. So at least I don't look as it's like Sheamus from WWE, just like, huh. The farther I sit back. Anyways, listen up, Rangers. Welcome to the Geek Chest. My name's Steve. Really should try to pronounce Rangers, but the way my speech is, it just goes Rangers. Oh, I thought I had more drink than this before we started. Oh, it is what it is, I guess. Oh, while we're waiting, hey, Lady Draco. Oh, yeah, I gotta monetize this, right? Right. Also swallowed something wrong. And tap now, YouTube. Thank you. Wrong button. Would you like to delete the stream forever that you're currently in the middle of doing? Yes, I would. That's all taken care of. Oh, good. Casey's been a little bit of a terror today, but other than that, she's in the process of she really doesn't like to listen to Jessica. So a lot of the time when I first come downstairs, even try to set up these streams or whatever, she just kind of screams bloody murder at her. So then I gotta go back upstairs, be like, hey, stop that, go play out in here, and then all things considered. Maybe for me today. She's just been kind of cranky. I think she needed a longer nap, if I'm going to be honest. Because it also doesn't help that I'm currently got a bit of an ear infection going on. It's been a little over a week now that I've had it. Went to the doctor, got it confirmed that I have an ear infection. I actually have I think she said it was like a cyst or something like ruptured in my ear, so it's also bleeding. So it hurts, it's itchy. I'm currently on medication. Don't know. I think Jessica's putting things in my ear when I'm sleeping or something. Because I knew about it for a second. Like I said, it's been like a week before I went to the doctors, and it was like it hurt pretty bad, but not bad enough like I couldn't deal with it, but it sucked. And then I was like, well, I'm going to see the doctor in like a week anyways. Maybe it'll go away by then. If not, I'll ask then. And then I found out I probably should have went to see a doctor sooner. It's usually how that goes, though. Oh, no, I was on the right thing. I left. Oh, it's the other thing too. She's been like bumping around. She just like, especially when she gets tired, she just has to be like constantly moving and running. Oh, anyways, we got. Well, I was gonna say we had 5 people. Tank to 1. I'm sorry. I'm trying to share things real quick. Oh, I was hoping to get some more people in here to kind of show out the critter. I think I'm sitting right here before we start painting. This is current progress with our little boy here. So I still need to do the inside of the mouth. Still latex. It's one of those things I should have probably painted before I did all the teeth, but I just got really impatient. So now I'm going to have the fun time of just dealing with it, trying to paint this thing. Because a lot of these teeth are like now set in latex, so ideally I don't want to try to yank them out because I'll probably end up damaging things. But I did manage to get all the fur on today, though. So it's got everything under his lips. I started thinking here would have been good, but then I went back, looked at some of the movie, and seen that the hair should be like pretty much right under the lip line. So I attached all that, which was a fun process of rubber cement and then snipping fur off of the pelt that I got that he's currently wrapped in. I got some different ones so that my thought was it seemed brighter in the pictures, and in person it brightens up a little bit more than his back fur does. But I'm probably gonna have to go through it like a little bit of a dye and clean it and like brighten it up in the chest region here. So didn't come out like the hair that I bought didn't work quite as well as I did, but it laid on really nice though. So even like using the rubber cement with the fur, I was able to hide all the fabric lines, so you can't see the fabric anymore. You can see a little bit of it right underneath the arm here. You can see like that little bit of white there. That was like everywhere. So I had to go through rubber cement and like touch it all up here, follow the neckline, do along his like groin region here. And this is just like chopped up bits of fur glued down. And then today was also cleaning up the eyes. Yesterday I painted them, which I might make him. If I might go through and do like one more brighter shade, but I'm out of latex. So if I want to do like another brighter shade of gray, like a brownish gray, I'm gonna need more latex because I'm pretty sure I have mixed enough of this, like diluted enough of it, that's not working probably as well as it could. Then also redid the arms because the original ones I think are in my garbage can now. But I just did the entire thing in Sculpty foam, and then went over top of it with I think about 4 layers. Well, 2 layers of latex, a layer of thickened latex, and then another layer of latex over top of that, which got it here. And then I also used the thickened latex to make sure it had like proper support attaching to the body. Same with the legs. There's nothing really in the legs other than foam. There's a bit of wire. There's wires in the fingers. So these can move. I wouldn't want to mess with it too much, but if I need to, I can. I mainly want it just so I can adjust them, trying to slide the fabric over top of it. Yep. Also, just like Lady Draco mentioned, if you could like and subscribe, greatly would appreciate it, especially if you like this kind of stuff. But like I said, the fur I think came out. Other than that, I think it came out really good. I just gotta touch up the fur. I still like how my hole in the back works. I think came out really good. There's a couple of spots I gotta clean up some latex that's spilt on. But the nice thing is you can't see the hole for the puppet. Nah, sadly, I tried watching One Piece back in the day, but I just couldn't get into it. Like I mentioned, you can't see the hole, but it does go up in there. And then just jam my hand in as far as I can, and then now he talks. Now he says, something like that. I wish I could play with the lips more, but he's pretty thick latex around here, so it's pretty much just opening and closing for the most part. No, not really. Like they're a bit pointy. You can see they're a bit rounded off, so it's not going to cause like because. But the thing is, Casey thinks this guy's super funny right now, so he like nibbles at her. So it's not going to cause any significant damage, but you can definitely feel it. Sydney Sweeney. Are you talking about the lady? I think I saw that on Facebook today with the bar of soap where it's got her bath water in it or whatever hot nonsense. Which in that case, yeah, sure. I know I like mirror. But yeah, still really pleased with it. It seems like it gets better. The problem is just like I said, I'm not dedicated enough to sit with it long enough to where it like really starts taking off. Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't know her age. I just know the bathwater soap. Be honest, like I think I saw her picture, but I have like no idea what she's actually like in. It's like the name rings a bell, but I'm not 100% on like why I'm supposed to care about this person. Other than she's got a bar soap. Yeah, just kind of just media in general too. So it's officially, hey, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. She's 27. But so right now, I'm kind of at a standpoint with this guy. It's pretty much just I gotta wait around for more latex so I can wrap up a few things. The other fun one, which I think is this piece up here, I gotta figure out what I'm doing with it. It's kind of the other reason I need latex. I still gotta cut it to the right size and do some hiding. Also, I need to like hairspray it so the hair stays up. Because every time I toss this thing on top of it, it just looks like he's got a toupee. He kind of looks like somebody that's really into My Chemical Romance. Can it fit on my head? Yeah, probably. You know, that's not far off from how it used to be back in the day. So I used to spike it. So if you want to like, if I could adjust, you want younger Steve, just have this all like spiking upright, and that was pretty much it. I was just like a ginger, like Chester from Lincoln Park from like circa 2000s. Worked pretty good. What I kind of want to do is I'm thinking about maybe chopping a little hole in the top of his head, and then using some latex to fill the hole back in, and then put a magnet in there. Put a magnet on this guy so that it can. Once I get it to the right shape, it'll hopefully be able to just sit on here and look critter esque. And then if I needed to, it just goes. It's a Dragon Ball character, as I should. Oh, granted, it was always in the Dragon Ball, so I had no problem with that. I used to have it was for Jessica's thing. I had like some orange fabric hanging, orange fur hanging around. I'm trying to see if I can get this to spike up. There we go. Probably need more forward facing. I didn't have as much of a widow's peak from back in the day. There we go. Yeah, but I want it to be like if the wig isn't on the critter, you don't see anything. So it works. So it works like how it does in the movie, where it's just the prop just goes right off the head, but then you don't see anything. Well, it is my overall thought on that thing. Have a going, Gojira. Alrighty, enough of the critter. Got a bunch of stuff just kind of hanging out here today. Because the thing I started, was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. I was fudging around with these a little bit. We got some Marvel Legends Deadpool Wolverine figures that I'm bloodying up. Oh, right. I had a problem when I was working on the little tub that had these pieces in it flipped over. So his other hand is currently somewhere on my table. Probably should Mozilla somewhere more appropriate. Granted, it's not an important thing I need to find at the moment, but I do need to find that thing sometime in the near future. Because it's just black, so there's not really too much weather I'm going to be really dealing with this guy anyways. But with these, I got to do a little bit more work. So, I'm going to do some browns today. I'm also thinking about taking a Dremel and making some little marks on them in order to. Oh, what's the word? Make it look bloody. What other colors I might need? I don't think so currently. That seems pretty good. I just had it. Got some alcohol down there. There it is. Got this guy here. Got a bunch of new cheapy brushes. And you actually bust these things out to do some coloring with. I bought a bunch of cheap brushes to work on the critter with. And now that Michio critter is at a standstill. It wouldn't really work right. Well, sorry. I could, but I would have to modify the 3D print, and then you still need the spikes. Are like the two big things you really need from the vinyl. Head and spikes. Head neck spikes. And it would just be cheaper just to buy the vinyl and cut and paste and do a little bit of epoxy putty. It's not the way I'm going to do some putty in, but redo all the spike, like to sculpt the spikes, I think weigh a ton. Okay, I'm going to get some pictures of Deadpool Wolverine. I think the only problem is going like specifically with the car scene. Oh, I guess he doesn't have the ripped off shirt yet. Also, I probably got him a little too grimy, so we'll work on removing some of the grime a little bit. Yes, from the third one. I think like a little conundrum I currently have is like working on that critter's hair. It has gotten everywhere. Okay, let's keep tone. So I did is kind of what I was doing the other day. Is I do got to clean them up just a little bit more before I start adding the browns. So just taking a little bit of get that off camera. Move that back. Take a little bit of alcohol. And just go over top of it. Because a lot of this is colored plastics. So it'll clean it up a little bit. That's one thing I do with these sometimes. I go a little too heavy on the weathering. And then it's just sitting here trying to remove a little bit here and there. It's kind of like that. I think it looks a little better. Deadpool already wasn't like the dirtiest thing. So next is they had a little bit of browns, and then drilling the holes for like the bullet holes and a couple of stab ones. Which we will swap out the Dremel for anticipation for that. My stuff get mixed up. There we go. I think that's the size I'm looking for. Oh. There we go there. I just gotta find the right clamp. That looks pretty okay. How's everybody else's night going? Oh, there's not too many people on the stream today. It's not like blatantly Godzilla, so it's to be expected. There. Just gonna take this. Thought is like the knee pads, elbows, and such probably get like a little bit of browns. I had some water hanging out. Wow, wherever that went. Yeah, I took a bath earlier. Took a shower yesterday. Took a bath today just because I just kind of wanted to soak. I kind of just want to add like a little bit of browns here and there, just in areas that'll get a little more like areas that'll probably get like contact with the dirt. So like his butt, his knees, back of his arms. Get his elbows pretty good. A little bit under the chest region. And take the good old hair dryer. Actually, there's a little excess there. I'm just gonna pat that off a little bit. It's kind of like that. It just makes the knees look a little dirtier. Same with his back. So now that I think about it, his back was going through things, so probably a little bit of brown back here. And then, of course, need some on the boots. Did I mention there's critter hair on like everything? Not sure if I did. As I just got some on the back of this guy. Yeah. So when doing, actually, hold on. So when doing the critter to hide the seams, I needed to cut the fur off the fabric. I could show you the piece. There we go. It's got muddy boots. Well, because it's hanging out down here. This is this. Shift the camera. This is the general fur that I used on it. And then for all the fun bits, you'll see here it's missing. It's kind of chunked up looking because I had to sit here with a pair of scissors as close as I could, snip the fur, pinch it, and then with rubber cement go along the critter, along the edges of the where I cut the fabric for the fur and glued it onto the critter to hide the fabric part of it. So it just looks like hair. But in doing that, got it freaking everywhere. Hey, Andrew. I think kind of same thing with him. Just going to go over same spots. Thing about the Deadpool is it doesn't show up as well. But just put the dirt on the back of the arms. His butt. His back had these, so we're gonna actually put some of that on the katanas here. And the bottom of his shoes. Let's say first name is first. Just use a hair dryer to speed up the process. That's kind of like the one thing like Deadpool says in the movie is he wears red so his enemies don't see him bleed. Problem is it doesn't show up really. So those colors don't tend to show up very well. I actually just use my fingers because of the acrylic just to kind of rub off some of the excess here just to make it look a little more natural. Put it like that. Because one thing you guys didn't see me do on camera was I did a black wash over them originally and then wiped off stuff. All right, now for the fun part. Making damage marks. So there's one right around here. A hole right there. I went a little too deep with this hole over here. Oh, fun. I miss having like teenage Steve money. Teenage and 20 Steve money was great. 30s and money, children's Steve money, not nearly as sweet. Yeah, but $200 is bills now, sir. It's just bills. Bills and pre-orders. And Dremel's always the fun thing. So give him some damage. It's fun trying to figure out how I should be. Because out of all honesty, he doesn't really have too much going on in terms of like damage on his face. Got a little extra paint on the face. I'm just trying to clean it up before I start. It's weird. Gotta clean it up so that I can weather it. Because it's kind of going to be the same thing, just adding a little bit of this brown. Just the dirty. Up a little bit. Add some reds. There we go. Let's add a little bit of red. I want to make it look like he's like spitting up blood a little bit. Hey, Bemular! Yeah, like how much money I spent on my car that just like didn't amount to like I spent so much money on a car that I had for maybe like a year and a half, and I ended up having to sell it. It's just like what I could have bought. Yeah, but half of them went to Bills. Almost all mine goes to Bills. It's just Bills and like some couple of pre-orders. Bills food and pre-orders. That's all I get. It's all I get. Do a little bit dark brown. Now, how does he look? Oh, I need a good shot with the mask on before I get to this part. I gotta see like how much of the mask, like his beard's peeking out the mask. Quite a bit. Yeah, it's like this one little strand. Oh, where's my scissors? It's gonna bug me. It's like one little strand at the end of this is just mucking everything up. There we go. Like, it'd be just a little smoother if I could just do. It's kind of like when growing up too is like my one financial, like my biggest financial regret is instead of going into school, I should have bought my uncle's Star Wars collection. Granted, I'd probably just be a little bit harder in the Star Wars now than I currently am if I had all this stuff because he had like all the original stuff, Mint Box, Millennium Falcon, you name it, he had it, and I ended up. I got the offer thrown at me. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to school. A year later, where he had all his Star Wars stuff stored, uh, I think it was in a basement. Basement floods, wrecks all the boxes, destroys everything. And so that sucked because I think I could have bought it at the time. I think he wanted like 7,500 for everything, which was a pretty good deal. If I really wanted, I probably could have. He probably would have went down. He was a pretty nice dude. Um, but that being said, that happened, and then I end up not even like remotely using my college degree that I have anyways. Like I get more use out of my college degree now than I than I've ever have, and that's sitting at home working on this stuff. Uh, I had a piece of paper towel runner. Oh yeah, ruined all the boxes, all the it discolored all the figures, like it royally messed up everything. Tried my best to fill in the stubble, but I think I made it look worse. So we're gonna remove that real quick. Which one was I using for epoxy? It was you. No, not epoxy for the acetone. Use the acetone to kind of unthicken it, and then just. Like a little bit more brown right underneath there. All right. I think it looks pretty good. No, I originally went to college for engineering and then really just didn't take to it. So then I just shifted to the other thing I was good because I was good at math. The math wasn't hard. It was just like I don't know. I think it was more just on my teachers than anything. I just didn't really click with anybody, so I just had a hard time. And then so I shifted to art, but it's just what am I going to do with realistically with an art degree? Okay, then this one we're going to go back to. Try to get a good picture of the cars fight scene. Kind of same first, same as the first, just a little bit of a dirt wash. Fill in some of those recesses a little bit. Sort of like that. Just weather him up a little bit. Like I say, he doesn't look that dirty in those scenes. He does have like a little mark here. Kind of like he's got a little cut above his eye. And then just a little spattering of red up here at the top. Right here on the good old cheeky. What I remember from the scene, he had something going on with his nose. So kind of like that. Not doing going too heavy because, like I said, he kind of looks a little clean in those scenes, but it's kind of give you a gist. The only other thing I might do is it looks like there's like a little bit of like silver scuffies, so I gotta see if I still got some rubbing buff. Deadpool, on the other hand, I don't really gotta do a whole heck of a lot. I wish I could set it up so he has like the the claws on the side of his head. Would be a cool look. Never mind me. I was trying to get like a good shot of his suit and maybe seeing where there's like some slices. How was even that shot? It's like don't really see him. Oh, actually, I should probably put a couple holes on the side because I forgot I got shot on the side. It's probably one of those like I might just have to go. Ugh. Oh, I would just watch the scene. Problem is YouTube would probably yell at me. Well, I think to be honest, I think I'm just leaving Deadpool alone. Like I said, it's really hard to see the cuts in the movie anyways, unlike Logan here, where you see like clearly he's got some reds and stuff. Like I could put some marks on him, but like I think it's because it's the blades. It's really well hidden, so he doesn't really have like ripped. The clothes aren't ripped or anything. Well, just for giggles, I am going to put the holes on the side here. We'll add a little bit of the blood there. Then I think I'm calling it good. Let's see if I got some of that red real quick, but other than that, or not red, the silver. So I gotta do some like light rub and buffing. Oh, let's see. If I do, yeah, I have gold, I have copper, I have a bunch of stuff to smack into the camera. Kind of looking like I'm out of silver, which I have actual silver paint, so I guess we'll go with that. There we go. Go around the edges. Hit some of the blue area where it looks more like it's like metal plating. Now lightly hit around the knuckles. Geez, somebody's like I mentioned, somebody has been super complaining tonight. So just give it a little bit more of a shine around certain parts. Do the same thing around this thing too. Do 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 do. God, it's only Friday. I gotta work tomorrow. I don't want to work tomorrow. Need more days off in my life. I can't say much. I had 2 days off recently, just the way the hours were. That's I just cleaned up a couple things. Looks pretty good. Kind of leave the claws just the way they are. That's good. What was I doing? Rivers of paint. Not really removing the paint, just trying to Use the acetone just to soften the paint and spread it around more so it looks a little more dirty. Just there. Because the thing was, is I had a little bit too like overage on the mutton chop there, so it was kind of going on the black just like a little bit. Honestly, still kind of is. Typical problem. Take too much off, and then you get a little too much off, and now you gotta put a little more back on, and then you hop back and forth till you get something you like. Okay. Okay. Well, oh, actually, we got a slight bit of time left for the stream, don't we? Let me see if I can go through the messages because I gotta find the one I'm working on. There was like a he wanted a scar on one of the limbs. I was kind of hoping to primer it today. That might be a tomorrow thing. Because I was also hoping to have more time with Casey. Happened to work on things, but that didn't go remotely according to plan. Ah, right here. So this is the color scheme that the Zilla is going to be having, which I'm actually going to save that. And I see, so they want the scar, it's like right along the calf here. Hello, Dremel. Except the blade. Just like that. Got a scar. Oh, my pajama bottoms? Yeah, they're baby Grogu. Where did this come from? I was working on that crate and I'm like, I really want this crate and put some latex in it. Couldn't find it anywhere. Then I turned my head, it's right there. Because if I get more latex, that's probably what I'm going to mix this with and dry brush over top of it to get the last pass of gray on it. That being said, I'm actually funny. A primer gray. So it looks like primer gray would be good because it's pretty much going to be a lighter gray than I normally paint. So a neutral gray as a base and then going over top of it would actually be pretty good. Problem is, I think that's upstairs. So like I said, I think we're going to call it good for the stream here for today. But anyways, you can help us defeat those kaijus by hitting the like button, subscribe, become a ranger today. We also got Instagram, Patreon, TikTok, Facebook. Guys, like keep up the day with channel, donate, greatly would appreciate it. If you guys like to get some custom stuff done for yourself, there's my personal Instagram in the description, or the Etsy shop is another way to get a hold of me, or our Discord also, which is attached to our Patreon. So it's $3 to get in there, but it's the easiest way to get a hold of me. Followed by personal Instagram, Etsy, in that order. Because actually 3 beams I gotta ship out in a couple days. Or maybe you're interested in maybe getting something like this done for yourself. I have no idea how much I would have to charge for this thing if I were to make some for people. I know I probably got about $100 into it currently, and some time, quite a bit of time. So, I wonder if we could make more monsters, more little monster dudes. I definitely kind of want to do at least like maybe another crate or 2. Because half the thing is I want to make the 2 pay for them is so I can have a normal crate and the bold crate in one go. So if I don't ever make a normal crate puppet, I'll at least have one that's like serviceable. Because I want to make the Scar one where he has like the fudged up eye and the bleach strip on him. I think would be a cool one to do. But we'll have to wait and see. Plus, I might need a little break on this guy anyways, because once I get him done, I'll probably got to be working on Killer Tomatoes is next to the agenda. In between working on the Godzilla mask. Oh, the rarest monster? Ugh. Yeah, little Steve Jr. He's nice, so he's prettier than me, though. Rarest is tough. Because my thought is it's probably some kind of like website exclusive that hasn't been reissued ever. I know Fourth Form Awakened Shin is a hard one to get a hold of, like the him with the purple beam, which is also my favorite. 05 Con, it's definitely another pretty rare one. It's also rare to it's one of those two because it's rare to get one also in good shape. Because if somebody's had it not in the package, it's probably damaged more than likely. Earth, there's 2 versions of, so I wouldn't say Earth would be as rare. It's an older one for sure, but because there's two releases of it, there is more of him available. I've seen some people selling O5s. You see him in the Facebook groups. He pops up like every month or so. Somebody's selling one. Yeah, I was to say it doesn't work bad as a primer. It depends what you're doing. Because I used to use it for a lot of the stuff. This actually it would work, but I think for the color I want because Apple Bear like this one's a little bit more on the brown side. I really want it to be like a neutral gray. Yeah, I don't buy too much from there either because I've had like really mixed issues with that. Like buying from people from groups. I've had some good experiences. I've had some really bad experiences. Marketplace, I've had good. I've done fine on that. Buying more than selling. Selling, people are frustrated to deal with a lot of the time, so I try not to. It's like last resort, and usually big things I'll put on Facebook Marketplace. But I know I can get rid of it quick. It usually goes on there. Like I sold a bunch of Gundams to a gal a while back. Gundam kits. It's more like I've actually had better times like on Instagram buying from people, buying selling for the most part. But yeah, like 05 Con, Awakened Shin. There's definitely versions of Shin, but that one specifically is they have not done another purple version. And it's probably the most desirable one out of the bunch, so I would say it's rare. There's like 3 colors. Like the Evangelion one's pretty rare. Weird Evangelion color scheme one. Actually, you know, isn't there a glitter one from like '93? Like it's supposed to be like the '93. I don't see that one like ever. Just personally. Yeah, it's like I don't see that one sold too often. The Comic Con one, the Explosion Godzilla, I don't see very often either. I don't think he's like expensive wise, but I just don't see it sold as often. But yeah, there's quite a few. Then there's like some that are just like expensive, but they're not like the rarest thing ever. It's like Biolante has had like multiple releases, but it's just expensive. Like Burning's had 3 of them, but he still kind of holds his value. But anyways, is there anything else I missed from my little spiel? If you guys like to pick up some collectibles for yourself, there's a link in the description for Entertainment Earth and Calcus toys. Depending on what you're buying, is depending where I recommend to go to shopping. If you want to like higher Godzilla figures or like the China import stuff like Joy Toys, the Ling Ji-Hoons, Calcus is a really good option for that. You can save 6% off your order. Code Steve Calcus at checkout. They do free shipping stateside. The price, like the overall price of the figure is incorporated into it, so there's no extra charge from what like you see what you're paying in full right off the rip. If you're buying stateside things, Entertainment Earth is really good for that. I'm sorry, Russell. You want to see the critter one more time before I get off? I think I get off because I gotta go use the bathroom. But we're almost done with baby. We're almost done. I don't know. He might do channel things. I'm not 100% yet. It's mainly just something I want to do for me. He's just going to kind of hang out in my office. Well, actually, no. He'll probably hang out upstairs. Our horror stuff's in my in our bedroom, so he might actually hang out in the bedroom if I don't do YouTube things with him. But anyways, I'll see you guys.